Hi Aquarius, welcome to your love reading for May 2019. This is Elizabeth from channelguidance.com. I've already shuffled the decks and you did have one jumping card. Let me show you what it is. Now this card was very strange. It didn't fall out of the deck. It didn't jump out. It just refused to go in, and the card, even, I don't know if you can tell, the card kind of bent a little bit. This card did not want to go back in the deck when it fell out. And it is the Eight of Cups. Now the Eight of Cups can mean goodbye. This could be moving on. So for some of you, it could be that you're watching this reading because there's been a breakup. Most of the time this card means that someone is walking away because they're no longer happy. They're looking for happiness elsewhere. But for some of you, the Eight of Cups, if you're already coupled and you're still together, the Eight of Cups can mean that it's time to put certain emotional baggage in the past. Now, I don't always show you jumping cards from the X spread because we do that after this. But let me show you this. So I thought this was really significant. You have a jumping card for the X spread because I've already shuffled the deck, and it's the same card. Of course, for those where it's an X, it can definitely be that maybe the reasons why you broke up are still with you. You need to work through them. Again, you have to leave behind that emotional baggage. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with this deck right here. And let's get you 9 cards. This is a love reading for the sign of Aquarius for May 2019. You're starting with the Seven of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for May. Knight of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for May. The Empress. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for May. The Five of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for May. The Three of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for May. The Eight of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for May. The High Priestess. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for May. The Tower. Love reading for the sign of Aquarius for May. And the Three of Pentacles. What's the most important thing that Aquarius needs to hear about their love life for May 2019? The message that you have, Aquarius, is a Knight of Coins. So the Knight of Coins does represent slow progress. Things are moving slowly. I see that you have some difficult energy here. I mean, you've got the Eight of Swords, you've got the Five of Cups, which is being stuck, and tears and sadness. And again, you had this weird little message with the Eight of Cups. It could be that somebody moved away from your relationship or your marriage. There's progress being made, but the Knight of Coins means that things are moving slowly. So we'll come back to this card in a minute and see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Also, if you'd like to get a private reading with me, just go to my website, channelguidance.com. I'll put a link down below, also a link to my Facebook. And you should be watching this on YouTube channel, Channel Guidance Tarot. Okay, so let's see what you have going on here. Let's start at the top. You have the Seven of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Empress. So this Seven of Cups, I mean, this is confusion. The Seven of Cups means that something is going on with the sign of Aquarius where you're very confused, and ironically, you had the situation with the Eight of Cups popping up for you here. Ironically, when I shuffled, the Eight of Cups ended up at the bottom of the deck, which is a pretty strong message for some of you. I feel like part of the message is that, obviously for some of you, maybe you're confused because there's been a breakup, and it could be also that some of you, there's things happening in your relationship right now where you're fearing that this, goodbye is coming. So again, the Seven of Cups means that there's a lot of confusion around you right now. It's a very emotional time for the sign of Aquarius. You do have the Knight of Wands here. This Knight of Wands refuses to give up. This is someone who is, extremely focused on the relationship or the person they want to be with. This is being very self-confident and going after what they want and not backing down. So I feel like even though you're confused and maybe you don't know where you stand in a relationship, that you are refusing to give up here with this Knight of Wands. It's very fiery energy, and all the Knights represent change and movement. And this does represent, a lot of changes coming forward because you refuse to give up, even though you have this energy here from the Knight of Coins, which is the main energy, slow progress. It could be that if you aren't the Knight of Wands, then you're going to be, waiting for things to come together for a while with the Knight of Coins. You also have the Empress. So for some of you, this can definitely be marriage. It could be that some of you are confused. Why is this relationship not moving to a higher level of commitment? For those of you who are already married, it could be that there's confusion in your marriage. Maybe there's a lot of emotional things happening with the Seven of Cups. But the Empress, ultimately, this represents the ideal partner. This represents the perfect partner for you. This is someone where you don't have to compromise anything. For some of you, you're confused because maybe you already have this person in your life and you don't understand why things are very unclear, because that's the message of the Seven of Cups. Things are very scattered and you're confused. You're very lost. You don't know what's going on in your relationship. But because it's the Empress, you feel like this is the perfect person for you. And I see many of you refusing to back down with the Knight of Wands. You're refusing to give up on this person. Now in the second row here, there's another synchronicity that I need to show you. I told you that you had jumping card for the X spread. Now the other jumping card, I don't always show them, but I mean here it is, and I have to show it to you because it's right at the center of the deck, the Three of Wands. So this, I mean, there's two repeating messages for Aquarius, the Eight of Cups and the Three of Wands. Maybe there's been a goodbye, and it's a matter of waiting, because the Three of Wands does represent waiting for that perfect timing, maybe waiting for the perfect person. Although this card is from the X spread, it could be that maybe you're waiting for things to come together. Keep in mind the main energy is a Knight of Coins, slow progress. But I mean, what I see here, there's sadness with the Five of Cups. This does represent tears and unhappiness. And again, because the Eight of Cups came up in kind of a strange way, maybe some of you are very disappointed that a relationship didn't work out, that someone backed away from you, that somebody said goodbye. This is the energy of dwelling on your sadness. You can't shake it off. You're just feeling very emotional. Again, tying in with the Seven of Cups. You also have the Eight of Swords there. So the Eight of Swords, this is you feeling, I feel like something's going on with Aquarius where you feel really stuck. And I feel like you have a lot going on in your mind here. There's very emotional energy here, the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Cups. But here you're feeling really trapped in your head. So, I mean, you are an air sign, and usually air signs do a lot of thinking, but this Eight of Swords can be very damaging because you feel trapped. You feel like you're in a mental prison, and you feel like your hands are tied behind your back. You feel like there's nothing you can do about your situation. But you do have a message here. You're being told to wait. The Three of Wands is always a positive message that there will be better timing. Maybe for you to get back together with someone. Maybe for someone to come into your life if you're single. This is about waiting. You're not waiting in vain. So some of you are hurting. There's sadness. There's tears. There's disappointment. And you're feeling trapped and stuck. But this is just a matter of waiting for things to come together. Again, the main energy, the Knight of Coins. There's progress being made, but it's slow progress. You can help it by refusing to give up, the Knight of Wands. Okay, down here, we've got two major arcanas. We've got the High Priestess and the Tower with the Three of Coins. So, as long as Aquarius is trusting their intuition, you know, with whatever's going on in your love life, whether you're hoping to meet somebody new, or you're hoping to get back together with an ex, or you're struggling in a relationship or a marriage, you're being told here, trust what your intuition is telling you. You do have, you know, some possibly big changes, surprises coming up for you. And it could be, you know, that a relationship where there was a breakup, again, the Eight of Cups jumping in a strange way, the Three of Wands repeating itself. Maybe someone you've been waiting for comes back in a very unexpected way and you're shocked. I mean, this is being completely blown away by something that happens, either communication, someone returning back to your life, or maybe a marriage or a relationship that was on the rocks. Suddenly everything is okay again. You do have here a lot of work happening. The Three of Coins, it means that people are working together. So you and your partner are working together, maybe to make things work. I feel like there's definitely one partner that refuses to give up, because you have that Knight of Wands up there. That is, again, that is the energy of refusing to give up. This is just kind of keeping your eye on the prize, which would be the person that you love. For some of you, that pays off with this energy of the Tower. Again, a lot of work and a lot of effort leads to very big and unexpected changes, to surprises. But also the sign of Aquarius really needs to trust their intuition here. And I feel like this is about whatever it is that you're hurting with, because it all kind of lines up here on the side of the reading. Okay, let me get a few more messages for you. What other messages are there for Aquarius for May? You've got the Six of Coins. What other messages are there for the sign of Aquarius for May? You've got the Nine of Wands. What other messages are there for Aquarius for May? And you got the 10 of Coins. So, I mean, you're being told here that the month of May is a time for you to receive what you deserve, which would be perhaps for those who are single, a new person coming into your life, or maybe you just deserve for your marriage or relationship to be back on track. You do have stability here. So for those of you where you feel like there's been a lot of ups and downs, and maybe there's been a relationship that's been off and on, I see stability here for you. And again, this card came out with the Six of Coins. You're getting what you deserve. You're getting that commitment, perhaps. The 10 of Coins is a card of commitment and marriage. But there is fear here with the Nine of Wands. This is someone who's afraid. This is someone who's holding back from you. For some of you, this can be someone perhaps from your past where there was just too much fear. This is someone who's downright paranoid to just open up their heart and let you know what they feel. It can't be an ex, but it can definitely be also the person that you're with. Someone maybe is afraid of commitment or moving to the next level of commitment. But I see you receiving this. Even though there's fear, it's surrounded by you receiving, and it's surrounded by commitment with the 10 of coins or marriage. Okay, let's get a few more cards from the confirmation deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Aquarius for May? You have the High Priestess, so this is a repeat card. What other messages are there for Aquarius for May? You've got the Queen of Swords. What other messages are there for Aquarius for May? And the Two of Pentacles. What's the most important thing that Aquarius needs to hear about their love life for May 2018? You have the Knight of Swords. So now you have 3 knights here, because you have the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Coins, and now the Knight of Swords. And the Knights, again, they all represent change and movement. So there's a lot of things that can change for the sign of Aquarius. This does represent kind of like the Tower. Things are very unpredictable for Aquarius for some reason. The Knight of Swords means that things can change very quickly for you. It could be that one minute you're sad, you do have the 5 of Cups, you have the 7 of Cups, you're confused, and suddenly everything can fall into place for you, because I do see stability here for you. I do see commitment. So this can mean just, you know, everything's just very unpredictable and things can change very quickly for you. Now, I see your energy here in the last 3 cards that I pulled. You have the Queen of Swords, which for most of you, this is your energy because you're an air sign. If you have a partner who's also an Aquarius or Gemini or Libra, then this represents their energy. And again, you have the High Priestess 2 times, so this is your repeat message. Whatever it is that's going on in your love life right now, the High Priestess is telling you to trust your intuition. It's a repeat card, same card, different deck, so this is the loudest message for you. So maybe your intuition is telling you, May is the time that I'm going to meet my soulmate, or May is the time that we're going to get back together, or May is the time that I'm going to get engaged. Your intuition is right, whatever it is that you're feeling right now. The High Priestess only comes up when your intuition is spot on about somebody. Now you have the 2 of Pentacles here, so for some of you, you're confused, which I see right here. You're confused because either there's someone that comes and goes a lot. Again, this 8 of Cups that jumped, and it's a very strange coincidence here, down to it being at the bottom of the deck after I put it back. I feel like for some of you, there can be someone that comes and goes, and you're being told to trust your intuition about them. And again, it could be why you're confused, 7 of Cups, why you're disappointed, why you feel stuck and trapped. I mean, the 2 of Pentacles, this is someone who's wishy-washy. And for some of you, it can also definitely be someone where maybe you or the person like needs to make a decision or choice, especially if there's another person involved, or maybe they're involved with someone else, or maybe you're involved with someone else. I feel like there's a lot of things going on for the sign of Aquarius. When you have 3 knights here, there's a lot of changes coming in, and you're definitely being told to trust your intuition. There's someone here that is the perfect person for you. Like, you feel like they're the perfect person, and they are. You're being told to not back down from this. Even though you're confused, don't back down. Don't give up. It's not hopeless. You're just being told to wait. Wait for things to fall into place. I also just noticed here that you've got the High Priestess, which is a 2, and then you also have the 2 of Pentacles. The 2s do represent choices. So for some of you, there's a choice, whether it's a choice of partner or a choice of, as far as, are you going to stay in a relationship? Are you going to stay married? Are you going to give someone a second chance? All of these things come up. So choices, and I feel like there's just confusion for the sign of Aquarius. You're confused, you're hurt, you feel like you can't change your situation. But again, you have the Tower here. Anything can change with this Tower. And again, you also have the Knight of Swords as the other main energy. Very unpredictable energy for Aquarius. Okay, let's go ahead and do the X spread using this deck right here. I've already shuffled it. So let me get these out of the way. Again, remember that you did have 2 jumping cards. I mean, I don't always show them before the spread, but I thought since they came up in this spread, I thought it was significant as far as, the first spread that I did for you. So here they are again. 3 of Wands, 8 of Cups. And again, this is a spread for those of you where you've broken up, you've gone your separate ways, and you just want to know if you're going to get back together. For some of you, it could be that you've got to leave behind that emotional baggage, maybe why you broke up, what tore you apart. And you also have, both of these are repeat cards. The 3 of Wands was right in the middle of the spread, waiting. You need to wait maybe for the perfect timing as far as, working things out. Okay, so let's put them back in there. If they come up again, I will be stunned. Okay. Show me the energies around Aquarius and their ex for May. Two of Wands. Close enough. Show me the energies around Aquarius and their ex for May. The Sun. Aquarius and their ex for May. The Six of Wands. Aquarius and their ex for May. Queen of Pentacles. Aquarius and their ex for May. The Fool. Aquarius and their ex for May. And the Five of Wands. Okay. So this is what you have. So you don't have the Three of Wands, which was a repeat card, but you have the Two of Wands, which it's a similar energy. The Two and the Three of Wands represent waiting. So again, we're looking to add a spread for you and for someone who's no longer in your life. And you're being told that waiting here is important. This is a card of delays. A relationship perhaps is not over. I feel like there's definitely a struggle here with the Five of Wands. There's conflict. But this is a card mostly of waiting. A relationship has been put on the back burner. It's on hold. It's not over. It's on hold. You also have the Sun here. So the Sun's the most positive card in the entire deck out of all 78 cards, and you have it for your ex. So this is success. When the Sun comes up, it's always yes. Whether you're asking, are we going to get back together? Yes. Are they going to call me? Yes. You're being told yes as far as your ex, but there is waiting involved. It could be, that you're waiting for things to fall into place. You also have the Six of Wands, which, this is victory for you. This would be getting your ex back. This is all your hard work paying off, because you did have the Three of Coins in the first spread. That's a lot of effort being put into a relationship, even for someone who's not there. Maybe you're doing everything that you can to get them back. That's probably why you had the Knight of Wands, which I'm actually looking at right now. This Knight of Wands refuses to give up. This Knight of Wands will not stop until they get what they want. So again, the Six of Wands is victory for you. You're waiting. You're not waiting in vain. The Sun is promising you love and success, victory. You will be able to get past any obstacles, maybe the obstacles that worked against you. Now, you've got an earth sign here. So this would be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. Male or female, Sun, Moon, or Rising. It can even be if your ex is not an earth sign and maybe you're not an earth sign. I see it all the time. It could be the energy that they're in, or maybe your energy. So the King and the Queen of Pentacles, they can represent someone who's kind of very maybe conservative, maybe even very materialistic, or someone who's very financially secure, very interested in material things. Can definitely be their energy if they're not an earth sign. You have a new beginning here. You have the Fool. Again, we're asking about someone who's no longer in your life, and you have a new beginning. The Fool is telling you that there are no guarantees as far as your ex, because I still see conflict here. It could be that maybe things are not perfect yet. Maybe you need to wait for that. The Fool implies that you have to take a giant risk and trust your intuition. The good thing is you have the High Priestess 2 times in the first spread. So trusting your intuition is actually going to work for you, because many of you already know if this ex is going to return, or if taking back your ex is a good idea. Again, the High Priestess was there 2 times. So again, trusting your intuition regarding a new beginning with your ex. If you feel like your intuition is telling you run, like don't do it, don't take them back, then don't. But if your intuition is telling you they will return and it will work out, this is my ideal partner, because you did have the High Priestess. Sorry, not the High Priestess. You have the Empress, which that represents the ideal partner, someone that gives you everything you've ever wanted. You're going to have a chance here for a new beginning, but you have to take a risk. You also have the Five of Wands, which can mean that maybe you get back together, but things may not be perfect. The Five of Wands does represent conflict. It can be fighting, misunderstandings. If there was a lot of fighting between you when you broke up, it can be that maybe that needs to be worked out. That could be why you had maybe the Eight of Cups come up 2 times. You've got to leave that emotional baggage behind you. But the Five of Wands can also be that your ex is struggling. Maybe they're struggling. Maybe that's why you're having to wait. Maybe that's what the Nine of Wands was about in the first spread. Maybe they're holding back from you. Because the Nine of Wands does mean that someone is, they just don't want to open their heart. Here it is. This card came up for you in the first spread. This is someone who's holding back. They don't want to just reveal what they're feeling. They're holding back out of fear. They're being very paranoid. So it can definitely be that your ex is fighting something within them and you're waiting for them to return. I do see a new beginning here. And again, with the Six of Wands, this is victory. Okay, let me get a few more for you. What other messages are there for Aquarius about their ex for May? Wow, so you have the Seven of Cups. This was your first card. Yeah, here it is. This was the first card from the first spread. I feel like things between you and your ex, they're very confusing. I mean, it could be that both of you maybe are really lost and things, this is a lack of clarity. I feel like that's one thing I need to tell you. Things are not clear. Maybe it's just a really emotional time, because you also had the 5 of Cups in the first spread. Here it is. I'm looking right at it. This is very emotional energy, and then you have these 2 cards have repeated themselves. So there's a lot of emotional energy around you and your ex. It could be why you have to wait. It could be why, you know, there's some conflict here. Again, it could be that, you know, there's maybe a lot of things you don't know about your ex. Maybe there's, you know, a lot of confusion about why you broke up, how you broke up. Maybe you don't know everything with the 7 of Cups. What final message is there for Aquarius about their ex for May 2019? Yeah, I mean, the Page of Pentacles. This card comes up when you need to look deeper at something. You need to look very, very carefully because you're not seeing something. So it's amazing that this card came up when we just had the 7 of Cups repeat itself. It could be that maybe things were just really emotional between you and your ex. I definitely saw that in the first spread. And maybe, you know, maybe someone made a rash decision in walking away. Because my goodness, you had the 8 of Cups come up for you 2 times in very strange ways. Was it 2 or 3? Very strange ways. So, I mean, again, there's just a lot of confusion between you and your ex. Someone feels very lost. There's, you know, there's sadness, there's tears. You're being told, look very carefully here. I do see a new beginning. Okay, Aquarius, this has been your love reading for May 2019. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll speak to you again next month.